This is why I don't get on these TikTok Christian rooms, chat rooms, whatever. Because that's all they do here. What you about to say? That's all they do. They just want to debate, argue, and one person thinks he knows more than another. And usually it's all that. It's no actual fellowship. Very rarely is it any actual fellowship. Of love and being a one mind and things of that nature. Being of one judgment, one mind, speaking the same thing. Somebody's going to come on the room and they're going to think they know more, way more than anybody else. And Tony the Baptist, I like what he has to say because I'm for King James Version. I'm for being saved eternally. Once saved, always saved. And I'm not a fundamental Baptist type of thing. NIFB, I'm not that. I'm non-denominational. I don't get into denominations. But this right here is why I stay away from most rooms. Now, with this guy here with Tony the Baptist's room, I kind of look in on it from time to time because I like what he has to say. But then you get these other people coming here and this is what they're saying.
I have no idea where, no one's saying that.
Because you don't even understand what Matthew 24 is talking about. So first of all, it's starting in verse 3. It says, "And he sat upon the Mount of Olives, and the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall the sign of thy coming and the end of the world?" So first of all, Matthew 24 is literally talking about the end of the world. And in
yes,
verse
but who
4,
is he talking to? Who is he speaking to in this letter?
You press
everybody.
No, he's speaking to believers. He's speaking to believers in the exact passage.
First of all, God is speaking to everybody. So not everybody starts off saved. People can pick up the Bible and start reading it, and it doesn't mean that the person is saved just because they're
changing the narrative. You're completely going off topic. There are letters written in the New Testament. Okay, so then how do you argue it in one passage when Paul says in your own passage, Romans 10, to the Jews who had believed him, and then addressed to the Jews in this context?
What about the non-believing Jews that he was addressing?
Yes, there absolutely are those passages, but you can't just say from one passage when Paul is
the majority of the passages when addressing the Jews, they're non-believers.
No. The difference is that there are certain passages, because some of these letters were to specific members of the church. He's saying to the Jews who had believed in him, right? So there's times he's speaking to solely Jews. There's times he's speaking to Jews and Gentiles.
What church do you believe that Jesus is writing to in Matthew?
I'd have to go back and look at Matthew 1 when he's.
You go back and look at Matthew and show me what church he's writing to.
I mean, you're just trying to twist the point. That's
no, because he's not writing to a church. You're just ridiculous. You don't know what you're talking about. You're just making stuff up as you go.
I'm not making stuff. I just don't know how you can say once saved, always saved if someone chooses to, let's say they do all the right things in the Word, right? They accept Jesus Christ as Lord. They get baptized. Whatever you want to say is the correct doctrine to cross from death to life.
Baptism has
whatever you want to say is. I'm just using it as an example. I'm just saying whatever you, Tony, want to say.
And use baptism as an example.
You're literally dodging the point. I literally can't get a word out. I'm saying whatever you deem is the correct doctrine,
everything you say is wrong. You can't get anything right. You're not getting anything right. So first of all, you're going to end times Bible prophecy, and then what is that version you were quoting from? It doesn't say anything even similar to what it says in Matthew 24:10.
I literally can't get a word out. I don't even know what the point of discourse is here. I'm literally trying to get to see what you're trying to say here. I'm trying to be convinced by what you're saying, but it just doesn't make sense. However you say that you're supposed to get saved, by whatever scriptures you want to back that up in, if someone does those things and then falls away, that chooses to reject God, not God withholding grace, but that person choosing to say, you know what, all these bad things have happened to me, I'm not going to follow God anymore.
You're all over the place. You're literally all over the place. So would you say that the prodigal son walked away? Of course.
Yes, of course he walked away.
Of course he did. Did he cease to be a son?
Yes, of course he did. Of course.
How did he cease to be a son?
How did he cease to be a son? He chose to leave because he chose to. He said, "Give me my inheritance. I am leaving." And you know what the father did? The father never. the Father looked for him every single day, waiting for him to come back, just like God does.
He's no longer his son.
Show
That's
me where the
ridiculous.
Father waited for him every day. Go ahead and flip over to
The
Luke
Father,
chapter
the Father
15.
waited for him every day, just
Show
like
me
God.
that. Show me that in the Bible. Give me the verse where the Father waited for him every day.
Hold on. I'll make my point first, and then I'll show you.
No,
God-
you're going to show me that verse because you.
No, I will.
everything you
I
say
will.
is a lie.
I will.